So I've been noticing this trend on TikTok where you have mostly black Americans asking the ethos, why do you hate us? We have done nothing to you, so why is the world so against us? And as a 32-year-old who has lived in 5 states and 3 different countries, let me give you my perspective. The world uses power dynamics against black people because they depend on us. And without our exploitation, the world economy would collapse. Yeah, I said it. And let me explain to you what I mean. There would be no United States. There would be no South America almost entirely, especially Brazil. No Caribbean. And a large part of Central America without the exploitation of black people due to slavery in building these countries for free. For the people going, well, that was in the past, let's talk about the present. Because black labor is still exploited in order for economic growth. Nationally, here in the United States, but also internationally, think of how many European countries, companies, what have you, that exploit and take resources out of sub-Saharan Africa for our phones, our computers, car batteries. And I said European, but also American, Japanese, Chinese, what have you. The world is so dependent on the exploitation of black people, it needs to use continuous power dynamics to keep us in place and to keep us in fear. Because if we realize just how much power we have, and we started bonding together and basically being like, no, you're not going to exploit us anymore, the world economy would be in trouble. They can't have that. And there is a connection between imperialism, colonization, Western imperialism, anti-blackness, and white supremacy. All of which are power dynamics that keep black people in the United States and around the world under control and in a systematic bind. So that was one. Let's talk about the other thing. Fear of revenge. If you ask many people around the world, would you want to be a black person? They automatically are going to be like, no. Because they know all over the world black people are disliked and targeted. And the reason they also say no is because they know horrible things have happened to black people and continue to happen to black people. And after all of that discrimination, all of that prejudice, all of that death, they are afraid that we will do the same thing to them if we have the power to do so. I heard someone say once that the United States is lucky that black Americans want equality and not revenge, because God knows they deserve revenge after everything that has been done to them. And that is what scares people. It's all about power dynamics and making sure that black people are kept within a strict, very controlled dynamic.
Family, before I say anything, I just want to commend our brother right here for a really nice presentation as to why black people are hated in USA and why black people are hated all over the world. And his presentation just gave me a whole different perspective, because I now feel like it's deeper than just the color. It goes deeper through the days of colonialism, those days of slavery, those days when black men and women were taken forcefully out of Africa and were taken overseas to work as slaves. And most of these black men who were taken as slaves came to USA, came to the Americas. It could be the Latin America, the Caribbean, southern part of America. They came as slaves, and all this time they were giving free labor, and they built the Americas. And the biggest fear of these guys is the revenge of the black people. You know, that's why they hate us so much. And funny enough, just like our brother has said, the one thing that black people are asking for all over the world is for equality, but not for revenge. Imagine after going through colonialism, after going through slavery and all this stuff, black people are only asking, they are only asking for equality. They're only asking that they be treated the same way, like an average, like a white US citizen. You know, they want only equality. So the white folks in the US are afraid of the unity of black people in and outside of the US, because they know that once the black race is united, they may face a backlash, they may face revenge, and this is one of the things that just keeps the hate going on and on. They're really trying to put us down because they are afraid of us. They are afraid of our unity. So black folks who live in the US of A, I know it's not easy to be a black man in USA. I know it's difficult, considering the hate they have for us. You know, it's easier for a black man for their car to be pulled over, and it's easier for a black man to die. It's easier for a black man to go through gun violence in USA than others, you know, than the white folks. And it saddens me seeing the black race being hated. It saddens me because we have been going through a lot. We went through how do I call it? Slavery. The natives who are in Africa went through colonialism. Some of our women were raped during those days. And it's just been too much, man. And some of the other things that our brother mentioned as to why we are hated, he says that the world is using power dynamics against black folks from all over the world, not even in the US of A alone, from all over the world. And he says that if it was not for black folks, the US of A could not be where it is today. And the whole of the Americas, they used black labor and exploited us for economic growth. He also mentioned that there is a lot of resources from Africa that are used to build these computers, these laptops, the TV we see, you know, they use a lot of resources from Africa, and they are fully dependent on the exploitation of the black man. That's the funniest thing. These superpowers are fully dependent on the exploitation of black men and women. And they know that if we do decide to unite, we can as well take over. And these are some of the things that give them rage, you know, these people from the US of A. So they use power dynamics to keep us in place and to instill fear in us. They use imperialism, colonialism, Western imperialism, white supremacy. This keeps black people under control. So I know it's not easy being a black person in any part of the world, because these people are going to an extent of even using our leaders. You know, we could be in Africa, but our leaders are puppets of the West. Look at what is happening in West Africa. There is a lot of French influence in West Africa. I'm really glad that the new generation of leaders is bringing change. You know, we're talking about leaders who are striving for the change in West Africa. Leaders who are doing away even with the currency, the currency that the French imposed in West Africa. Leaders who are removing French from being a national language to their own languages. And I just feel so proud that this change is starting to happen even in Africa. So guys, let us continue hearing our brother before we come back and end this video.
Because if we realized how much power we have to control the world economy and to stop being exploited, the world will be in big trouble. And that is very scary for some of the world's most powerful people. So they manipulate using power dynamics toward the rest of the population. Anyway, that's my take. See you later.
Just hear of those closing remarks. If we realize the power we have in our hands to stop being exploited, we can actually control the economies of the world. And that's the biggest fear of the white folks in US of A. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Kindly do consider subscribing to my channel for amazing black stories in Africa and in the diaspora. And guys, kindly let me know on the comment section down below what you think about this video. Was it educative in any way? And what is your sense about this issue? Comment down below. Let us know if this is true, or rather you can also give us a suggestion of what you think could be a solution to the black folks in Africa and in any other country. It could be in the US of A, it could be in Jamaica, it could be in the UK. You can always advise us and get to give us your knowledge and wisdom. So guys, thank you so much. You can also support my channel through super thanks, and you can also join to be a member of this amazing black channel. So guys, thank you so much. See you all in my next video. Goodbye for now.